guys, and welcome to Venice. Crazy film festival days are over and now we can sleep normally again, because this is one of the things we never do at festival: sleep, because obviously we want to see as many films as possible. And being a journalist at a film festival is actually pretty crazy schedule. You get up pretty early in the morning. Usually the first screening is around 8:30 or 9, and of course you can't get there at the last minute because there are lines. You have a ticket but you don't have an assigned seat, so if you want to have a good seat, of course you have to be there a bit more early. And keep in mind that there are actually thousands of journalists at these big festivals, so it's not like there's 50 of us there. So there's another thing you have to kind of think about. Usually my day would be, I would watch the first two screenings of the day, then I would go to press conference to get my material for my work, either radio or TV. Then I would go back to my room, edit whatever I got, send it back home, and then back to the festival area for the evening two films. And this is pretty much the norm every day. Sometimes you would have interviews, which means you would maybe edit later and skip the second screening in the evening because you're not going to have time for everything. And it's just really packed day. And even though you are pretty tired with the schedule like this, you feel very satisfied at the end of the day because you get to see all these amazing films and you are there for the premiere, you are there for the birth of the film, because you have to understand that these are premieres, which means we get like the names of people who are involved, of all the talent. We get a few lines of the synopsis, and this is it. Everything else you read about a film before it reaches your local cinema is because we were there at the press conference, we were asking questions, we got answers, and then we can talk about this, and then you learn more about certain films. It's an ecosystem that needs all the parts. It needs the films and the stars, it needs press, and it also, of course, needs you guys, all the fans who come and support the films and the stars. And this is how the film's journey actually starts. The opening film of this year's Venice Film Festival was Beetlejuice, which is of course a new chapter in the classic, iconic 1988 film Beetlejuice. And it actually has like few of the same stars. Of course, it has Michael Keaton, it has Winona Ryder, and it has Catherine O'Hara, who all played in the original film. And it's actually pretty fun film. It was screened out of competition, so it's not going to get any awards, at least not in Venice. But it was a fun film to watch, not least because it actually has great cast. I assume we all love Wednesday series, and Jenna Ortega is on board for this film as well, and she's pretty good. So I definitely enjoyed that screening. Then another film that I really liked was Maria, which is a film about Maria Callas, the famous opera singer, and it follows the last week of her life in Paris and is played by Angelina Jolie. Angelina actually sings in this film as well towards the end, when Maria's voice was not as perfect anymore, and she actually trained for like 6 months to learn how to sing opera, which is, you know, kudos for the passion and commitment for sure. And I definitely like this film. I think it will hit cinemas around March or February time. And of course, I did a few interviews as well. We are at a special villa, which is quite near to where everything is happening on Lido. I have interviews for French film Planet B in about half an hour, but I wanted to show you this venue because it's really cool. And I'm going to let you know when the film actually hits cinemas. I think it's late fall, because you're going to definitely want to go see it. It's a dystopian psychological thriller, and it's happening in kind of like virtual prison, which is not exactly a story that we are used to coming from French films. So it's definitely something special. It's about 35 degrees every day and most of the night. So it's very difficult to dress nicely because you're melting half of the time. But, you know, I kind of managed to pull it off with like tank tops and shorts to show you quickly what I'm wearing. And, you know, it's a really crazy summer, but I have to say I prefer it to be this hot than like rainy and cold, so it's okay. But we are definitely melting day by day. Usually when you do interviews, you can't just film everything. So most of the things that I did, you can only see here in Slovenia on TV, for which I work. You cannot see it here on YouTube. But interviews to me are a very important part, because for some films also you don't have a press conference. And also at a press conference, you never know if you will be able to ask a question or not, because it doesn't depend on you. And when you have interviews, you can actually, talk to people and ask them exactly what you want. You can control a lot more the narrative than you can actually at a press conference. And it was so funny because I actually brought back like 3/4 of my suitcase of unworn clothes, because it was just so hot that I could only wear the few outfits I brought for like extremely hot days, like flowy trousers or shorts and tank tops, because there was just absolutely nothing you could wear, because it was not just the heat, it was also the very high humidity and absolutely no wind. So the air was so stale that at certain points of the day, when you were running back and forth across Lido, there was actually a problem breathing. So it was a really fun situation that I brought a lot of outfits, and I only wore like 4 of them and just washed them every day and reworn them again, because there was nothing else I could do. And while you are at the festival, you don't really have a lot of time to go shopping, to actually buy more clothes. So I just had to kind of make do with what I have. And it was a fun festival, but weather this year, it was really insane. Films in general, I would say, were pretty average this year. There were really few exceptions that really stood out. So from that perspective, I am a bit disappointed. I expected a lot more. As for Joker, which was one of the most hotly anticipated film of the festival with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix, I liked it, but I'm kind of like in minority. I would say that majority of the critics did not enjoy that film, and my review was along the line: if you look at this film as a standalone film, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it, because it is actually quite interesting, and the way they incorporated songs in it, because it is kind of a musical, it actually works, because it reflects on the feelings of the character in that certain moment. But I also agree that it has a lot of flaws. Like, there's a lot of plot holes that doesn't really make sense, especially to all of us who actually seen the 2019 Joker from Todd Phillips as well with Joaquin Phoenix. There's really not much that's happening. Arthur Fleck, who's Joker, he's just waiting for the trial, and then the rest of the film is the trial. And in between, you kind of see, how yet to become Harley Quinn and Joker kind of fell in love, let's say. So it was a disappointment in some parts, and I'm not sure that most people will love it. But if you look at it as a standalone film, it kind of holds water. So, for me, I'm happy with this film. Because this is a fashion channel, let's go and do some shopping as well. Hi guys, and welcome to Venice. I think this is the view you will recognize. So we are in Venice, of course, for the film festival, and I actually have interviews now in Venice because festival is happening on the island Lido. So I took Vaporetto across, and I'm early, which means I have just about 20 minutes to pop into Pandora's store, because, as you now know, hopefully, I actually started on my bracelet in Paris. So it kind of fits that I will try to get like a classic Italian charm, but we'll see what they have. There's actually many stores in Venice, but I'm gonna hit the one near San Marco Square, because this is close to where I have interviews later. So I'm gonna show you a bit of the square so you can enjoy this extremely hot day with me, and then let's go shopping. After the Pandora stop, I had my interviews. I went back to Lido, edit my interviews, send them in, and ran for the next screening in the evening. And I was really surprised that especially like Italian charms for Pandora bracelets, are all in silver. There was nothing in gold, nothing that would say like either Venice or like specifically Italy. So I was in a bit of a dilemma because my bracelet, I didn't want to have a silver bracelet. I didn't want to have the one with many charms. I just wanted pure, simple gold and just add a few charms here and there. And I started my bracelet in Paris. I got this charm of Eiffel Tower. And this is like the charm you can only get in France, obviously, and I think it was a very cute idea to actually start my bracelet with Eiffel Tower. Then I wanted to add something that would mean Italy, but obviously because everything was silver, it was not possible. I got this little black star, which to me represent like a film festival. I didn't want it to be just all gold, so I chose the black one. And of course the bracelet is this gold ball one, because this is the only one that I actually like. This is the only reason, because I haven't seen this one before. I haven't been following Pandora that closely, but whatever I saw from Pandora I really did not like. It was not my style. I don't want a bracelet with like 300 charms around it. And that looked to me like this is the whole point of Pandora bracelet, that you have a lot of charms. But then I saw this one and I realized I'm going to get a few dividers and things like that along the time. Of course, you not buy everything at the same time, especially with these gold-plated things, because these are quite expensive. But this I really enjoyed, and I think it's very lovely. A lot of my friends, they actually have Pandora bracelets, but because they were only collecting charms for the silver one, they didn't know that this is Pandora as well. So it's kind of like a nice surprise. So for now I have 2 charms, and we will see when I'm gonna add another. Who knows? But I do plan to buy different charms in different countries. Of course, that's the whole point of Pandora bracelet. The dress I'm wearing today is Marciano by Guess. I got it in Vienna. If you didn't see that vlog, go watch it there. And because it has a bit of an orange parts, and because I wore this dress today during the day, I paired it with this orange leather bracelet, so it kind of complements the colors. But for the evening, I would pair it with different jewelry and of course different shoes and everything else. This dress is very breathable. I wasn't sure how it's gonna behave in like hot weather. I wouldn't recommend it for like 30+ degrees, but for like 25 or lower, it's okay. Venice Film Festival will actually close tonight. The Golden Lions, which are the awards of the festival, will be giving out tonight. So I'm really excited who will win what. And the president of the jury this year is a lovely French actress, Isabelle Huppert. And you know, her tastes are quite interesting. So I'm pretty sure the awards will be interesting as well. So if you're waiting for any of the films to hit your theaters or your streaming platform from the festival, let me know which ones are you looking forward to the most, and of course have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video.